Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, we're off for more of Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, and in the last episode, we infiltrated the Deku Palace, where the Deku King has locked up a monkey, which we were requested to save, because he apparently kidnapped the Deku Princess in order to access the Wood Temple to stop a monster from poisoning the swamp. And he needed the Deku Pipes in order to get in. I'm going to have to walk back to the main island now. That was a chest that I forgot to grab last time, but you know, I was at full money, I had to put some away. But now we got 105 rupees. Anyways, the monkey taught us the song, even though we couldn't rescue him. The Sonata of Awakening that would allow us to access the temple. But we need Deku Pipes in order to do so. I'm actually surprised that triggered, considering I wasn't standing on this platform. You're supposed to stand on this platform. I don't know why it made the ding-a-ling when I was off it. But, fair play. We need Deku Pipes, and we need to play the Sonata of Awakening in order to enter the temple, which is not here. So what would playing the song do? But there's the temple! It looks like an Aztec pyramid, but only 2 layers. Where's the 3rd layer? Well, we'll find that out later, but for now I need to make a little bit of a mention of something that I forgot to in the last episode, which I'll do at the temple here. Let's just hop off here. If we go into first person, we went into the Great Fairy Fountain here. In the N64 version, there is no entrance over there, but it is right next to our warp point. Which, in the 3DS version, is just a platform below that leads to nowhere, so why would you go in that direction? Just go straight to the next flower over there. It's very odd. Why did I take a picture? I don't need that. Speaking of pictures, we did also hand in a picture of the Deku King, / Tingle, for the pictograph contest in the last episode for a heart piece, which happens on the first day, and we also got another heart piece that was in this very area. This is here only in the 3DS version, so you can save within the dungeon, even though there's a statue outside anyway. That's a fairy that I could have actually broke apart outside the dungeon next to the owl statue to get, but I will pop that in our empty bottle because, you know, extra assurance, we have an extra life and whatnot. If it recovers us to full, even if we do not pop it out of the bottle, which is very nice. So I want to put the nuts back on, and I want to actually slap on the Great Fairy Mask. Because in the dungeons, if I go to my map here quick, we have a counter of 15 stray fairies. There are 15 stray fairies in every dungeon of the game, and we need to collect them all in order to restore the Great Fairy of that very location, which is normally near the temple's entrance. In order to restore her, and then we get rewarded for our efforts, and the power-up or item or ability that they give you is different each time, although they are colour dependent on the stray fairies. I say this because, as I'm going to go back into my deco form here in order to shoot down this beehive. Yes, we just got a stray fairy there, but there's normally a stray fairy in this beehive, I believe so, but it's just a blue rupee, so that's not a problem. Yeah, just as a spoiler warning, we're grabbing green stray fairies, not pink. It would be pink in the N64 original, and that therefore the power-ups are also swapped. The green ones are normally in the second dungeon, the pinks are normally in the first. In this case, they will be our second lot of stray fairies that we're going to be grabbing. And that's true already. By the way, every time you grab a stray fairy, you get some health back. So keep your head on that. I don't know where I was going with that. Speaking of head, actually, I want to go down here because there are some black floating heads around here. But they're not skulls by any means. Let's back up for a second so I can target them. This is a black bow. The Shadow Heartless of Majora's Mask. I mean, they're black blobs with yellow eyes. They're basically Shadow Heartless. Just come down and attack it. Look, there's just a lot of them, that's all. Yeah, until they start forming a tower of demonic proportions, and then you are seriously in trouble and it kills everybody. Yeah, shadows can actually be very difficult in Swarm, so I don't know what Tattle was on about. And yeah, they're bows, not pose. Do not get them confused. They are not of the ghost variety. They are just evil puffballs. So, actually, I do remember a ladder being on that side, but it's not here now. It's... Wait, where is this ladder? Supposed to be a ladder here. Where's the ladder? Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the map. Ugh, flip. I just had to look down at the bottom screen. Yeah, I was being stupid. That's the ladder. Wow, that was dumb of me. It's because I already made it halfway across the room and I decided to show those guys off. We would bump into them again later on in the dungeon, but I want to make mention of it because it's fine, because I can talk about this panel. Or I would, because we're not actually going to be able to do anything with this Majora's Mask-shaped panel until the next dungeon, but not on the first run of it either. So it's going to be a little bit of a while before we actually see what those panels can do. But don't worry, we don't need to go to Cranky and buy another potion or whatnot in order to do it, or just to unlock an ability, just press Z or ZL or L in order to use them. But we will get into them a little bit later, and they are pretty helpful. So let's head over this way. I'm pretty sure I've got all the stray fairies in this room. But I'm going to kill these guys just in case. So let's snipe you in the back. And you're not going to show up, are you? There you are. I should not have been standing near the edge there, because if he knocked me into the pit, I would have had to make my way back to this side of the room again. I should not have spammed for that either. What am I doing? Am I trying to sabotage myself? Pretty sure I have everything in the first room. Oh, that stench. This place stinks just like a poison swamp. That's probably because we're in the focal point of that. I mean, this room looks pretty suspicious, I will say. Highly sus. Speaking of highly sus, regenerating enemies can also hold stuff that they're not supposed to. Let me kill this Deku Bubba that would normally give us Deku Nuts, and lo and behold, a stray fairy. And I'm back to full health again, thank you very much. They will keep regenerating so you can get your nuts and sticks whenever you need them, so keep that in mind. And just like before outside of the dungeon, don't stay on these lily pads as Link, because, well, unlike sinking, like before, into the poison waters, these ones will eat you, because they're demonic, because they got like that eyeball that we had to step on, but apparently we're so light, they don't see that? I don't know. I just got some bombs from a pot in this dungeon, which I'm pretty sure I won't need bombs. Okay. Interesting. Wasn't too sure why that happened. This is the only door we can go through right now. I am going through this dungeon a little bit fast because, you know, time is of the essence. There is a beehive here, but it has been moved up there against that door in the 3D version. So we'll cover that later. The N64 original will have a beehive there, and that will have a stray fairy in it. But for now, we're going to have to leave that. So I will be showing both the locations of stray fairies, so you know what the differences are there, but most of them are the same, so I won't have to waste too much time mentioning that. Not much we can do in this room at the moment, let's hold on in here. Got some snappers, gangway! Come on then. There we are. You Koopa Shells aren't got nothing on me. I mean, if I could have some time bonuses, that would be nice. But sadly, we're not playing Super Mario Bros. 35. I guess that dates this video quite a bit. Come on, you. Over here. No, he's not noticing me. Notice me, senpai! You are nowhere near the level of senpai, so I don't know what I'm on about. Just notice me. And now you're dead. Right in the underbelly. So yeah, you may have noticed that the quality is a little bit higher. That's another reason why it takes me so long to get through these. I've been upgraded to OBS Stream Labs, so I'm able to... Well, it records the video a little bit more stably, having a single frame drop, and yeah, I'm pretty chuffed about that. We got the dungeon map. We can now check how this dungeon looks on the inside, and let's bring up the map. Somehow, well, yeah, we're on the basement, fair enough. But even though we entered on the top floor, there's somehow another floor above it. Don't ask me how that works. This temple's taller than it looks. I guess when we walked in, we went downstairs, but at the same time we're still going in, so it might have been a spiral. I don't know how it works. I'm not a game developer, but hey. This dungeon's pretty small. In fact, we've already gone about, I'd say, 1/3 through it, because we haven't gone through those two middle rooms on the first floor. We've been on the basement, so... Yeah, we're already blasting through this. I mean, we're a third already through the stray fairies. So that's something, I guess. Yeah, we're blasting through. Keep in mind, as I've already mentioned, that time does move faster in the 3DS version than it does on the N64 version. Not only because it's gone from 20 frames to 30 frames, but also because, well, in my country at least, it's PAL to NTSC. Even though 3DS systems are region locked anyway, so this is a PAL system, it's based off the NTSC version. It's literally just lockout, so you can't order stuff from other countries, which is stupid, and I'm glad they removed that for the Switch. And yet the system before the 3DS, the Game Boy, and the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, they didn't have region locking either, even though they didn't have language options, so it's a bit odd that. We have a key now, so we can go through this door. Wait, what? Yeah, I do. Yeah, for some reason in this room, I completely forgot to go get the chest up here using this. I had a brain fart. I was just going straight across the room. I meant to grab this on the way out. In fact, I meant to grab this on the way in as well, but I was talking about the stray fairy, so my apologies on that. I don't know, I was going so fast, I completely neglected the key that we needed. Let me get back to that door. Alright, we're back at the door that I flabbed on because I got distracted by a stray fairy. Speaking of stray fairies, perfect segue. In the N64 version, in this room, there is a stray fairy right underneath this bridge, right in the middle, submerged in the poison water. And yes, you would have to probably swim through the water through this point in order to swim under and grab it, but I'm guessing they moved that to this beehive here. In the 3DS version, again, I took a picture of it. Why am I doing that? Yeah, I'm really stupid. There we go. And there you are. This looks pretty light. Well, don't just stand there. Press and hold to grab it and move it. Alright. Let me do that. We'll need to do that anyway. So there we are. We got that stray fairy without needing to swim through poisonous water, but later on in the dungeon, there will be a manner on getting that stray fairy a little bit earlier, a little bit easier in the N64 version, so I will be covering that when we get to that point. I just wanted to mention it. Also, that Skull Teller had a stray fairy in it as well. In fact, we can take some shortcuts here because we're Deku. And I wanted to hit that one because I completely forgot to do that as well. I'm forgetting a lot of stuff, but I normally do it above. This one has a wasp in it. Screw you. I do not like yellow stripy things. I'm just going to... Oh, okay. I guess I can't do that. I'm going to cut this corner because I am speedy gone quick. Too quick for my own brain. And I want to go push this block back across to the entrance. There we are. And I'll need to become human again, because we need Deku Sticks. If you haven't got any Deku Sticks, the Deku Baba right in the corner of this room here should be able to give you one. I don't know what happened to the camera there. It did a Pikmin 2 360 or 180 swivel. Light the stick, dang it. There we are. When you light the stick, if you see moths hugging a torch, run when you have the torch, because obviously you want to do it fast so you don't lose your stick. But if those moths catch you, they're going to nibble all your giblets because you're bringing away their heat. But if they're out of torch, they won't bother you. So, keep that in mind. Like I said, you're probably going to go quick anyway, so that's not too big of a problem. What are these things called again? Ow, you bastard. In fact, I'm wooden. You shouldn't be able to hit me. Yeah, just a dragonfly. They don't actually have names. Oh, I thought he was in position for me to hit him. Oh, come on, really? There we go. Right, come on, you. Did he notice me? He did not notice me. I'm over here, fool. Come on. Can I blow a bubble at you? I never tried doing that. Well, it doesn't help if the bubble goes downwards. Ah, I can hit him with bubbles. I've never done that before. I normally just kill him with the Deku flowers. But he was on the opposite side of the room, so that wasn't exactly ideal. Also, when it hits morning, we've got to keep in mind that, Oh, no, when it hits night, excuse me. We're already in the day. When it hits night time, before 11 o'clock, we've got to remember to heed our alarm so we can go get our winning numbers for the lottery. So we'll have to leave the dungeon at some point. But we're not up to that point yet. There is actually a decent point where we can stop in the dungeon for that. We got the compass. Let's go have a look at the map. Speaking of what we can do here, we're coming close to the halfway point, but we can also see in the 3DS version that it has added the locations of stray fairies that we have found. They are not displayed in the N64 version, but chests are with little white dots if you haven't opened them before and they're there. But obviously, we already know this. They're going to be marked on the map as well. No, the white dots are doors. What am I saying? But yeah. The boss is at the very adjacent area of the beginning. Could say that in a different manner. But I'm in a bit of a motor mouth at the moment, because, as I said, time is of the essence, we gotta go quick. So, that's one thing I do like about this dungeon. It's very bite-sized. Actually, I will move this. Second thought, no I won't, because if I do fall, that's going to cause a bit of problems. But thankfully, we still have this torch here. So what I want to do, oh yeah, have I got everything in here? Yeah, I have. It's not shimmering. Like I said, you know if you have little stray fairies in a room, if the hair doesn't shimmer. Right, I need to light this. Seriously? 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 There we go. Now, even though the moths weren't on that torch, I think they're just going to fly across the room and get to us anyway. Yep, they actually phased through the floor. That is cheeky. And I did a boo-boo. And now I'm going to die. I couldn't actually climb out of the water for a second then. That was bad. I meant to light that torch so that we could put our torch away and then put it away again. because I couldn't actually light that cobweb that was in the way. It burnt out when I was making the jump. And for these jumps, you kind of do need to roll to make the jumps. Oh, really? They clipped me when they went. Is there a... There's a couple of pots over there. I'm going to check them quick. Because otherwise you'll grab the ledge and then the... Yeah, I kind of need those, actually. Yeah, but if I do not roll to make these jumps, as you saw when I tried to make the jump normally, I'll grab the ledge and... Oh, they didn't actually hit me! I got lucky. But yeah, you still want to roll because it's faster and you get extra long jumps out of it. And the developers were gracious enough to put a torch here in case you came the other way somehow and you needed to get through, which is very nice. But hey, we got through that. It's time to go upstairs. It's nighttime right now, so we need to get to the halfway point. Careful. I sense a lot of evil here. Oh yeah. Heartless! It's a good thing that we can actually kill them with our sword and one-shot them. I guess Link is strong as a strong-willed individual. I mean, we all know this, don't we? Hey, he should have the Traveler's Courage on his hand. Unless he returned that to the royal family for some reason, but hey. I'm just whacking the torch there. Speaking of torches, we have light here. Why don't we shed some light on the situation here? And reveal all the Heartless in the room. So there are 3 torches around the room. Skip that bit. It's over here somewhere. There it is, next to the door. Be gone! Okay, that just reveals them. They are not scared of the light. But we can make them face it. Now, once you have killed all the bows in this room, kill the Deku Baba that does regenerate. And because all enemies are technically dead, we get a hidden chest. Which, you know, if you killed the Deku Baba beforehand, and then killed all the enemies, you would have realised that, hey, I couldn't get the chest to spawn in this room. That's the trick. Kill the Deku Baba last, because you need the stick. See, look, he's back already. But we've got the stray fairy in this room. There's nothing left in here. Into the next room. Careful in this room. There are massive holes that will make you fall down to the previous room, which is the main room. And we don't want to do that because the water is too poisonous, and that'll be bad times for us. However, there is a stray fairy in the corner here that we can just pop really easily. Can I stun you? Oh, that actually does damage. Oh, that works out well. Okay, so that's another way I'm taking them out. Just blind them enough at close range, and you can take them out without needing to transform. Let's climb back up here, at least. Very steep, thin stairway. Swap back to the Deku Link. Let's get back into the flower here. I'm not going to be able to kill you there, am I? It's going to be a bit awkward. I think I'm going to have to just avoid this guy. Just like in the Deku Palace, in the 3DS version, these platforms will not move unless we land on them. In the N64 version, they do move. I guess it's because that it's a little bit more fast-paced, that you're able to get through the rooms a lot quicker, but because the timer also goes faster, there might have been some balancing reason. Not entirely too sure, to be perfectly honest with you. But that could be the reason. So let's just ride this around here. I'm just going to pop out now because it'll be quicker. He's not on me, so I can just fly it straight across. Pretty sure I have all the stray fairies in this room. Hair's not shimmering. Good. So where are we now? Back in the room that we could have actually fell down through before. Actually, if we look at the ceiling, yeah, you can see the chutes that we would have fell through. Hair's shimmering. We got a stray fairy here. So we can just walk into it and pick it up. Nothing too dramatic there, I guess. But guess what? We are actually at the halfway point of the dungeon now, effectively. So, we do have 9 out of 15 stray fairies, so we're also slightly above that as well. Go break these pots. There we are. And Tao has alerted me of something. It is not the alarm, because that was not yellow. Look, from up here, we have a better view of that shrine below. And there's a torch in the middle with the big old monument in the middle. Huh. Something to do with the switch? Not exactly. Hidden ladders that we could have used but weren't tangible. Thank you for my halfway shortcut. And this is what I was on about right here. This beehive right here. Well, there's a beehive where that snout is in the N64 version. So right there would be where this stray fairy would normally be. So I believe I can just jump attack and hit this actually. Nope, I'm just a smidge too small. What about a Deku Stick? Nope, I'm going to have to transform just to shoot it from this distance. Are you serious? Wake me, mace my magic. Oh my god. Give me that stray fairy. You smeghead. Smash these pots. And I want to be normal Link for this. Yes, I do. We have a Dino Foes. You know what these guys are like. They're pretty much Lizalfos, but they're stronger. But they have a few extra gimmicks in Majora's Mask that Tattle will gladly let you know. Use targeting methods while defending. Watch out for its fiery breath. So yes, they're a little bit more tactile. They don't attack as aggressively, so you can't just block and attack. They'll jump around a lot more, and they will use their fire breath. So if you get hit as Deku Link, even though there are Deku Flowers here that you can probably bombard him with Deku Nuts from above, because he's not armoured from the head. Yeah, one hit from Flame and you could easily be knocked out, so I just recommend being normal Link for this. He's going to Flame, normally when he jumps. You know what, I'm going to get a Deku Stick out. Don't hit me with that. Oh! Oh, god damn it. The thing that I hate when they jump is that they're immune to damage. Oh, my spin attack is just too low. You know what? There we are, going. And I nailed him before he blew his fire breath. Brew? I guess it is a brew. I mean, you cook when you're brewing something. My slower speech actually made sense. Never mind. Oh boy, I'm a motor math today. So, what's in this one? I mean, it's not the boss key that normally has a normally adorned chest. It's the dungeon item of this place. The hero's bow. So now we have a method of shooting that doesn't require our magic, as well as bubbles that move slowly and can potentially bounce for stuff. We now have piercing ability. And guess what? We're on the 3DS. So, if we just go and equip the hero's bow, we can use gyro aiming. I'm moving my system. So butter smooth, and we'll be needing this. Also, just like in Ocarina of Time 3D, the aiming is not just above the tip of the arrow, it is the tip of the arrow. Look at that. That makes that platform raise up. What's our time right now? Is it 11? Or do I have time? Okay, it's 9. I still have time. Okay. So, we're going to glide over this way. Land on this platform, which, unlike the other platforms in the 3DS version, continues to move up and down, even if we're not in it, which is quite nice. So, don't have to worry about that. Although I believe that if you come back into the room, it doesn't move in both versions until you actually go on top of it. And hello, who are you? That's a gecko, and it's pretty angry. It's pretty weak too. It really shouldn't be making a fool of you. Well, I'm just going to stun you then. Can I hit you with a bubble? Yes, I can. What are you going to do about it, mate? 2 snot bubbles in your face. Okay, he's going to call in the Koopa Troop. Oh boy, that's a different sounding snapper. Well, we know how to take care of these guys, even if you are a bigger, more louder one. We'll just hit you from the underbelly. And he's gone up there. It gets itself all worked up and it just runs around. I hate it. Well, our bubbles are definitely not going to reach him, and even if so, they're going to be way too slow. So let's transform and get out our new bow, and when he gets stuck on the wall, we'll just snipe him down. Transform back, and we'll hide back into a Deku Flower before he starts moving about again. And we just repeat this cycle until he goes down. And that camera angle is just epic looking. I don't care if epic is overused, I will use it. And I just got an arrow pickup? Where was that? Oh, I remember when you hit the snapper. Sometimes it drops arrows so you can continue fighting the thing. Don't know why a turtle will be holding arrows, but, you know, oh, there it is. It was just on the screen just then. And I picked it up. Well, that was quick. That was easy. And I guess he reverted from his curse that the Majora's Mask inflicted upon it, because it's a bug-eyed frog. I like something we saw in town, funnily enough. Hello there. I saved you from the evil curses of this place. Don't know for how long, though, because if we rewind time, you're probably going to get recursed, which is a shame. At least we got rid of our curse, and it's as a mask, so... Gee, I wonder what's going to be in this chest. It's ordained, it's got a jewel on it. What else has a jewel? The boss key. You can now enter the chamber where the boss lurks. Simple, sweet, and to the point. And our alarm has gone off. Hey, wasn't there something you need to do right now? You better check your schedule. Yep, and we're going to have to go do that in just a moment. But before I do, I want to slap this mask back on. For one more moment, I want to fly across this room to get out. I'm pretty sure I have all the stuff in this room. I'm just going to slap on the Great Fairy Mask quickly while I land. Yep, the hair is not sparkling and shimmering. So let's take that off. Target here, shoot for the flame, and activate the middle piece that Tal was telling about before. Now, I would continue in this room, but we have an appointment with the lottery, so that is actually what we're going to be finishing this episode off with today. So, we do actually have a little bit of information here. Can we warp outside of a temple? I mean, normally if you just do that in Ocarina of Time, you just go to where the song takes you. But we're not able to check our world map on inside of a dungeon, so how would this work? Heck, there's not even a statue inside of the dungeons normally, but this works in both versions. You can soar to the entrance of the dungeon whenever you play this song. And just like that, we're back at the start. And then if we just leave the temple, which, by the way, there's normally a owl statue at the front of every temple, you can then warp wherever you need to by playing the song again, and then you can come back to the dungeon and continue where you left off, effectively. Well, you're going to have to make your way back through the dungeon, because it will be starting back at the beginning. Even if it did warp you to the beginning or not, there's a owl statue at the entrance of every dungeon. Spoiler warning. But, hey, let's go to Clock Town, and let's see what our numbers were. Have I won the lottery? Tell me, please. We should now announce the winning numbers. Your numbers are 777. Today's numbers are 863. Too bad. If you wish to buy a ticket, you can buy one tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. Come again. Well, dang it. We're definitely going to have to Back to the Future Sports Almanac this quest on the 3DS version. I want to complete it, haven't we? But then again, maybe third time's the charm. We could at least get one of them done. Then we wouldn't have to do the third time round. We can only hope. Anyways, I will set my alarm back. I'm going to make my way back to the dungeon. And with our time set for 6 in the morning for the third and final day for the lottery, we're going to be ending the episode off there. With only 2/3 of the stray fairies collected and only 2 rooms left to effectively complete in the dungeon. We're going to be leaving that for next episode so we can take on the boss in that episode as well. And we're going to have to do it twice because it's completely different in both versions of the game. So get ready for some double boss action there. So, till then, see you guys next time.